Hello, Free Enterprise fans. Welcome to more Zemus Zone 5 action. We've got another exciting race for you tonight out of the Red Moon Waning bracket between two runners that are no strangers to Free Enterprise tournament play, beernerd and DShmoo. I'm Commander Leonhardt, joined here on comms with Ninja. Mecha is our tracker, and Smapety is our restreamer. Ninja,
Yes.
beernerd, DShmoo, what do you think about it?
I really don't know much of either of the runners. I mean, that's the thing. It's kind of interesting. I never. I think from what I hear, DShmoo just basically pops around during tournament time.
And some of us that have been watching Free Enterprise for a long time remember beernerd as one of the few that have scored a win off of our only two-time champion Dusty Griff in the Bull Gauntlet way back when.
Yeah, that was back before my time.
Welcome on in, everybody, with Rex Banner, just in time to get started. It's Red Moon, so the options for the bosses a little more limited. For this race, we've got Antlion, Mom Bomb, our friend, the Bull Gauntlet, Kainazo, Golbez himself, Rubicante, Evil Wall, and Asura.
Some of those seem like really nasty spots.
That's how Red Moon tends to play out, unlike Blue Moon, where the bosses can be pretty much any boss, although there will always be Bull Gauntlet and Golbez. The other 6 bosses come to us from a YAML, which is a file that generates the flags randomly. Yeah. And there are only so many options to choose from there, and they're all the root options.
Yeah, say like, a 65k Kanazo would be kind of rough.
Sure, 65k Kainazo with demist at CPU holding the Baron key, because on the Red Moon the demist hunt is on. Edward will not hand over a free key item in Toria. I'm gonna have to hunt down demist for that item, but our runners are ready to go.
Ooh, edge start.
Yeah.
I do like me an edge.
Yeah. Edge and Rydia. It's always going to be Edge or Cecil, and maybe sometimes a Foo.
Yeah, 8 1/3 chance of Foo.
Yeah, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties on beernerd's side of things, but no doubt that's going to get straightened out soon, so we're going to focus on DShmoo's action for now.
Yep.
Immediately away to Mysidia, with C no earned on. The only characters we get are the ones in the free spots. You find what your party options are very early, and you can go from there.
Edward and Rosa.
DShmoo not pulling any punches with his naming scheme, letting us know exactly how he feels about healer and nope. Worth noting, the spoon flag is on.
That is right.
Having a quick look in the shops while he's here, more for informational purposes. Good chance that he comes back here to launch the whale anyway. Could buy something then. On to the next character check here at Watery Pass. Also, a good loot spot. We are on T Pro for this flag set. The way loot isn't as crazy as Wildish, but still favors certain locations over others.
Oh, that looks like a Poron.
DShmoo is apparently of the Let Porum Hit Things school, judging by that name.
Get in the right gear. I don't mind letting the kid smack stuff.
Yeah. No argument from me. Yeah, often solid. Don't hate seeing it. There's a few bosses, none that are objectives, but a few bosses that can be dispatched easily with it.
Well, here comes our first boss check.
Indeed. Hmm. Lagoo!
Nope.
Yeah, no need to mess with that. No value there.
And not to count, that is a super fast spot. So that ticker for the Doom will go fast.
Yeah. That is a very good point. Well, damn, seeing looting while we're launching the hovercraft. Thunderclaw's nice. There are a lot of bosses in the game that are weak to thunder, and you can give Edge the claw in one hand to get the thunder element and still get solid attack power out of whatever is in his other hand.
That's correct.
Our tracker Mechalink pointing out that 3 blizzards already. Blizzards base the damage they deal on the hit points. And now not only do we have Edge with a lot of hit point potential for that blizzard, but we now have Sid.
Yeah, I figured he dropped the Edward.
Yeah, I did too. Love my best boy, but I gotta admit that outside of a few niche bosses or getting a hold of that spoon, it's really hard to justify keeping him around.
And it looks like DShmoo is going up Hobbs. Another boss check.
Yeah. Kind of making a path through the character checks and taking care of things he finds nearby. This could be Rubicon. No, it is just elements.
No.
DShmoo wants nothing to do with that. But since Riddy is in the party, might as well check on that free summon.
This is something I haven't been doing lately. I'm gonna do Racer. And it looks like it's Jin.
Yeah. For a Hob summon, Jin's fair. You'll never see Leviathan or Bahamut out of here. Typically, if I go here, I'm looking for Sylph or Asura.
Yeah, I was thinking Sylph in particular.
Sylph definitely first amongst all the options there.
Yeah, not only does it deal damage, it heals.
Yep. After that, Titan probably. It's a bit slow, but it brings a significant amount of pain. And the 3 elementals, the Jin, the Indra, and the Shiva are acceptable.
What's that?
We're going to get to see what our first fight is here in Antlion. DShmoo taking a moment to equip. Not going in to equip now until he knew he was going to take a fight. Heads up. Save some time that way.
This looks like Bahamut.
Fast edge, slowing down the boss, no actions. and we're done here. Not an objective, but possibly some sort of a key item reward, or maybe just a big waste of time. That's not a waste of time.
No.
11 Earth Crystal early when you don't have any kind of loot for your party, and you can use it to power up and maybe cut down on your later loot.
Yeah, I agree with you there entirely on that. And I've seen some interesting T-Pro treasuries lately from the seeds I've been watching.
So if this is the party you're looking at, Ninja, and you're thinking about raiding a treasury, what's on your mind? What are you hoping to see?
Well, I mean, of course, the first thing would be edge weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, some decent mage gear.
Yeah, makes sense to me. All of that will be good finds. Schmooze, I want shopping here. Pick up some cabins maybe, but also just getting a chance to unload a lot of this gear and save off the inventory boss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gets the shopping done. Got a lot of things out of that item shop. Cabins, exits, cure twos, Starveils. Some heals.
Yeah.
Just stocking up for a wide variety of options. Gets out and saves, doesn't want to do all that over again, and now we will see how full defense goes. Another sparkle.
Not required.
Nope. Just some D-lunars. Edge not quite strong enough to take that one down in one shot, though.
I don't quite remember how the magic is at this spot.
Well, fortunately, Blizzard gets us out of virus phase, so now all we have are HP-based fire attacks. Still no good. Still got time. And through.
Yep.
Just noticed Radia's name was Sleepy. The disrespect continues on DShmoo619's side.
Yeah.
So, about that Edward.
Yeah. About that, Edward.
We got
No problem.
oh look, a pale dim. That
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that's ordeals. Yet another sparkle that we don't need. And yeah, as Mechalake is pointing out, if this is ordeals, it must be one because it's not the back attack. We know it's not Hobbs because Elements was there.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it's ordeals 1. Oh, another good item shop. Cure 3, Silk Web, and Life Potions. Like, yeah, good times.
Yeah, these shops been pretty nice.
Back attack Dark Imps. Stabby, stabby. About that treasury, what do we have your Hanzo in here? Well, we've got the mage gear. I see a Stardust Rod. I see a heroine robe for bonking. Nice. And naturally, we see inventory boss.
Yep.
Oh, unsworded heals. Yeah, that'll do it. Meanwhile, beernerd takes care of dark imps and opts to save before heading on. And rounding it out with a Murasame and a Stork robe. So, a lot of what you were looking for in that one, Ninja.
Yeah, pretty much. I was actually pretty decent mage treasury.
Rat tail from beernerd. We know it's a force hook, so we'll be finding the hook sooner rather than later, and then the rat tail can be turned in for a key item to check at least.
And it looks like DShmoo619's gonna let Rosa, shoot stuff with that heroine robe.
Yeah. She can get the job done. Without a doubt. And if you're keeping Porum and Rosa around, you have the ability to have one serve as your healer and one more of a warrior princess.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I didn't notice any bows in the treasury. Did you see any, Ninja?
No.
Yeah.
There were none.
So gonna have to find something better somewhere. Oh, vanilla flame dog.
Ooh. I like this.
Yeah, especially on T Pro with the untrapped loot not really giving value and all those blizzards still sitting around in the inventory. This pretty quick check, chance to spike some loot. We'll take a second Hanzo.
I wouldn't turn it
No,
down.
no, definitely not. Heck,
And that actually makes his ninja abilities even better.
yeah, that's a very good point. Murasame boosts wisdom, which is what determines the power of the ninja magic. Beernerd doing his own looting of the treasury, coming up on DShmoo619's heels. As DShmoo619 is going to give us a look at the Zot 1 boss. Do we finally have an objective? We do not.
It's just a squid.
Yep. Thunderclaw. Gonna do work here. Eventually. Looks like Beernerd picked up a longsword somewhere along the way, which would be nice if he doesn't go after the flame dog. At least he'll have that.
I mean, Mira Long is not bad. I've went into Zemus fights with that.
Yeah, especially on T Pro. You accept it. Ideally, maybe though, somewhere along the way a full moon shows up. It's about as good as a longsword, but has the back row property, which with the back row glitch off is even more important than normal. And Jen from Hobbs doing some work on this Octomom. The 9,000 hit points is a bit to chew through this early, even with the treasury loot to back us up.
Yeah.
But fortunately, Octomom gets slower and slower and slower. The more hits you deal, the more tentacles come off. So once you get past the first part of the fight, there's little to worry about.
So we've done quite a bit of the overworld, and still no bosses to be found.
Yeah. And, you know, this is the sort of thing chat would like out of a Red Moon. Chat likes to see the rude bosses later, and with Red Moon, the objectives are the rude bosses.
Yeah.
We're getting a peek at Dwarf 2, since we've already seen the Baron guards in the mirror room on Ordeals on beernerd's side. Up here, we know that's the officer and soldier, otherwise known as the Kaipo guards.
Yep. Which DShmoo does have a coffin that he picked up along the way in the Watery Pass.
Yeah,
So that makes
would
quick
come.
work. I was about to say that makes quick work of the Kaipo guards. Coffin the officer and just let the soldiers just hit themselves. This is kind of rude.
Yeah, French vanilla. Then the magic at this spot's not playing around. Val is normally here, and they want to make sure that Ray never misses.
Yeah. That's why I said little rude. High magic.
Definitely.
Hello, gentlemen. Hello, chat. It's Scala. As everyone who sort of has been watching this from the beginning knows, we were missing beernerd's footage at the beginning, and in kind of going and double checking his stream, that footage is not going to be on the local recording because it wasn't in the OBS scene at all. Because of that, the admin team, we sort of talked and discussed, and we went to beernerd and DShmoo and asked if they would be willing to do a re-roll of the seed due to this technical issue. And both of them have been very kind and generous and sportsmanlike, and have agreed to basically start everything over from the top. And we really want to thank DShmoo for being so understanding to what was going on with beernerd's feed. So, because of that, we are going to be back over here on the intro screen for a little bit, just as we sort of catch back up again. Like all like sort of off in the background because of the 10-minute delay. Smapety and I have already gotten the new seed all rolled, new race started. So right now we're just waiting for delay to catch back up again. So thank you everyone as well watching for being understanding. We do appreciate it. We want all of our games to be done, as cleanly and as fairly as possible, especially when it's going to be an elimination match. So thank you all so much for being understanding.
All right. Thanks for the heads up, Scala, and the explanation, and seconding what you said regarding our player sportsmanship. It's a wonderful thing, but honestly, no surprise in this community.
No, that's
I was going to say I commend them both for both agreeing to it.
Yeah, we knew, like, as the admins, that this would probably be the result if we made the request, and like I said, because of this particular situation, we wanted to make sure that we were kind of doing our due diligence and making it so that way this would be the good, clean, fair race that everyone would want from the first waiting match that we're broadcasting. So thank you all. I believe Smoopy, you're going to leave us with some tunes. Smoopy, of course, unable to be heard by you, chat. All right, tunes are up. So
yeah, tunes.
We got the details for the new seed. Are you all excited for a foo seed?
I noticed towards the end of that beernerd was doing some good work with the spoon word, and I will be put out if I don't get that in this next match. But I suppose I'll learn to live with it if that happens.
That is fair and valid. We all do love a good spoon word seed for sure. But hopefully this foo seed will be just as fun. That's what we're hoping for.
That is the hope, yes.
Oh no,
Wait.
Cat is calling for Spooner Bust.
He comes bearing gifts. It's Fusoya, the red side.
I'll lead you to the Enterprise.
Wow.
How about this? I will, since we have like a few minutes before I have to go and scoot back to the realm of administration. How are you all enjoying the tournament so far?
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, having a good time. I get my first match on Saturday, and I'm glad to have settled things down and to get back in the booth for the duration of the tournament.
Yeah, and I got a whole week of practice because I don't have my next race until next week.
And not just as racers though, are you also enjoying it like from the broadcast booth?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You get to watch exciting races. You get to work with other great members of the community and hang out with chat. And there've been a lot of good races. I will not spoil these results. There's a nice long list of VODs still up on Twitch and making their way over to YouTube as well.
Yeah,
Go check them out.
Yeah, I hear if you spoil stuff, people get hit bunks with newspapers.
Right.
Look. I have to have some way to keep people in line.
True.
But yeah, I did give a link out to the YouTube playlist if you are interested in picking up. That gets we're doing our best to get it updated daily. So basically, within 24 hours of a match happening, it's over on YouTube. So.
And we are seeing on DShmoo side the new seed. It is indeed foo, and if my eyes don't deceive me, that's a Santa foo.
Wait for
Santa
Smoopy
food?
to swap us over. Yay! There we go. Yeah, Santa foo. This is foo in red. He's Santa. He's also
for that.
Yeah, it is a little early for that. But you know what? If you've ever worked in a craft store, you know what it's like when you have, the Christmas stuff comes, just about this early.
It's true. Like a department store is probably still working back to school season now.
They absolutely are. All right, I'm gonna leave you all to our second seed. Good luck, everyone, and let's hope that this race is just as exciting as the other one was shaping up to be. Thank you all so much again for being understanding, and thanks again to both beernerd and DShmoo for being excellent sports tonight.
Here, here. And thank you again for the explanation and all the work you've put into the tournament, Scala.
Yeah.
Aw, thank you. Y'all have a good one. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah. Was it Concussed Gamer? Yes. Foo is a rare start in this flag set. You have like an 8 1/3% chance of rolling a Foo. Isn't that about right, Commander?
Something looks like a little higher than that, but it's in that general area. Less than 10%, certainly.
Yeah, I was thinking it's like 8 1/3 repeating, something like that.
That's what it is for Blue Moon, I think. Yamal didn't quite break the math out that way.
It couldn't figure out the math like that.
So this time, Mom Bomb, Football Gauntlet, Dark Knight, Bygone, Golbez, Asura, Elements, and D-Lunars are our objectives.
Still some rude ones there.
Yeah, Red Moon, not disappointing. So, Foo on a boss hunt flag set's a bit interesting in that you're being rewarded for doing what it is the objectives want you to do, beat bosses.
Yeah, and both runners will probably do most of the overworld bosses just so they can power up their food. That's what I would do. And that's a starting hook.
Okay. And once again, Iridia is the second character, and Sparkle that handed the item over, and this time, Sparkle could be an objective.
True. It could be the Lunar D's.
Yep. Both our runners will undoubtedly be keeping an eye out for D-Lunars and keeping that in mind when they get a hold of a Baron Key.
Mm-hmm.
DShmoo starting the same as last time, going to Mysidia, beernerd going straight to Mistcave.
The question is, did that Foo start with a offensive spell?
Tiny Rydia, courtesy of some Baron guards, and DShmoo finding Kayn and Yang. Kayn, I would say without a doubt, in a Foo start, Kayn is going to be your best melee option.
Because we all know that Yang is an okay melee, but he's kind of got to have levels to be a good melee.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We call him a punch mage because, like mages, he cares more about his levels than his gear because of the way his attack formula is calculated.
And I see DShmoo's basically going to where beernerd was.
Yeah, with a little more help along the way. If he...
Yep.
Although that Kayn still only has a sad little spear.
That's true. And that spear's going to do anything now.
Tiny spear. As if spear itself wasn't bad enough. And how the guards are also tiny toads.
Yep.
Behold, the mighty Chocobo! Mechalink noting that a dancing dagger has been found by beernerd over in Antlion, so that'll give Rydia much more effective things to do.
Mm-hmm. And I see beernerd's going to say pretty much do quick on that with the Thor Rages.
Yeah, beernerd wanting to let his fast character have less interruptions. So you hear about this talk more with an edge start, but it's certainly valid with Fu. If you get a bunch of other characters in the party that aren't really effective because it's too early, then you end up passing a lot of time with them trying to get back around to your main player.
Yeah.
Ooh, Soma drop. 4 nukes or 8 weeks.
That's true. That was a Rosa.
Not bad, not bad. Get a healer, and you don't have to worry as much about whether Fu needs to devote himself to his white magic. He can focus on blasting things.
Sure.
Speaking of blasting things.
Oh. That's not a fun spot.
Yeah, but beernerd's gonna get the wall up, and that'll be that.
Yeah. I guess it was better here than somewhere else.
Yeah. Few spells with a minimum of fuss, so no biggie. Exactly, Night Dew. So anyway, Wyvern started blasting. Beernerd heading over to Ordeals, much like Last Seed. Well, no. Last Seed. Yeah, Last Seed Beernerd was the one to get there first.
Mm-hmm.
DShmoo saved it for later. Figure it holds more appeal with a Fu, though, and you wanting those 3 bosses. And oh, look, Edward! I got half of what I want. Now I just need a spoon. Spoon, 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 spoon. Oh, and a Quack Kid. Yeah, so we've seen Palom, Rydia, Rosa, Fu. I mean, where is that Darkness Crystal? This does scream D-money.
Slingshotting, huh? And Beernerd comes across some dolls. Just sitting up there on Ordeals.
Yeah, light to lit to not enough to get the job done, and so we have Big Doll. Fun fact, Kalbrena does rude things when hit with elemental magic.
Yes.
Retaliation. So, from the looks of things, maybe that was hit point based, and so it's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, I think it is hit point based.
That, oh dear, oh dear.
That was a bad target to glance.
Yeah, Beernerd's gonna reset and say, you know, we're gonna try this again.
Not like I've ever had, my Fu get glanced and media my whole party.
No, such things would never happen.
Yeah.
I've certainly never ran across a glance wyvern in an all Fu seed and watched the only Fu I had with a ribbon on go, wait, what? Guys? Good times. Again, going for that lit too, but single target this time. I'm gonna make sure not to Big Doll.
Mm-hmm.
With the dancing dagger queued up, Beernerd
Yeah.
should be through nice and clean.
That was well executed there. And it looks like that Fu has virus now.
Good to have, although
Oh.
Water Hag don't care. Water Hag just hit it 3 times and be done with it. Just don't do that thing where you miss. We actually have an Edward here to listen to Anna's speech. Huzzah!
And it looks like DShmoo is slowly going up ordeals. I don't see DShmoo taking Edward.
Nah, he didn't last time, and he stays true to form.
Yep.
Spoon, 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 spoon.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of people in chat just want it.
Or have you, I had not considered Twin Harp, but
Okay.
I'm here for it.
I didn't think about that. DShmoo used Soya and used a lit bolt.
Nice. Nice
through
heads
'em.
up. We were talking about Lizard being handy with a high hit point total. Lit Bolt works the same way.
Yeah.
Gets to make up some time from the Calbrena fight that beernerd spent. So, hey, welcome on in, everyone. Free Enterprise. If you're joining us and a little surprised, perhaps, that we're only 10 minutes in, there were some technical difficulties early on, and our runners agreed to a reroll, so you did not miss much. It's a starting food, Upward.
Yep.
And he's dressed for this Red Moon occasion.
Yep. Santa food.
And having taken care of that, Beer Nerd's going to pick up the Mysidia characters as DShmoo goes through the ordeals. Check. Gets his own Twin Harp.
The real question is, do they check the harp?
Yeah, and as
I
Mecha Link has... Go ahead.
Oh, I would. I mean, that's more boss checks. That's powering Fu up more for that hook route.
Yeah, the spot has a pesky amount of magic resistance, though. So if you're relying on magic to get through, you might be in for a slog there.
That's
We've got
true.
characters capable of melee damage. We just don't have the gear to set them up.
Mm-hmm.
Find a spoon, a good sword or spear for Kane. Maybe we could get somewhere.
Don't 3 spells work okay on Twin Harp?
3 spells are solid, especially when your target has an elemental resistance.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if it's, for example, Rubicant at the Twin Harp, or even better, a Mylon Z, you could probably wreck him with a Fire 3 and still get the job done.
Yeah.
No objectives needed, but Rat Tail's not bad. Get another key item check. Another chance. Go ahead.
Well, according to J-ROM, I mean, there's a Meteo. I mean, that works.
Meteo does work. As long and Foo's probably got enough HP to stay alive to get it cast. Spot's only got 6,000 hit points. Meteo should get the job done. Beernerd now is taking care of some of those character checks that he put off. And DShmoo gonna head over to Fabul.
Ether for sure. That's not bad.
Yeah, you'll take it.
Now you kind of really want to see that Darkness Crystal.
Yeah, part of that D machine grind. Being able to replenish MP. And Beernerd's going to give us a look at the waterfall boss. Oh, well. Go to the waterfall and you get a big wave. Meantime, the sparkle that we've needed for the objective is hanging out in the pool. Nothing a quick virus can't handle.
Yep. Yeah, DShmoo just blows right through it.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't a good idea, Beernerd.
It's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, you don't.
Kane gets airborne.
You don't dancing dagger
With the spear. And yeah, gonna reset that.
Yep. Unlike, for some people don't know, dancing dagger counts as a spell, which automatically triggers Ogopogo's flame script.
Yeah,
not a fun time.
Very good point. Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Beernerd's trying to muscle through this Ogo. It'll get him a few more spells on Foo, and if he loots behind it, this is a spot with a very high chance to roll a decent loot.
Yep.
But just the blazes and the big waves are proving to be a bit too much, and Beernerd says, enough time's been spent. Moving on.
Yep. Yeah, that Odin wasn't long for this world. Just taking a lit too. And a Luca key from the Antlion.
Yeah, handy when we get underground. The warp glitch is not on for the Red Moon flag set. So that's not just access to the boss, it also provides the key item check.
Wish it could even be vanilla Darkness Crystal.
Ooh, now you're speaking my language, Ninja. My tasty, tasty language.
And we do get the tail turn in now.
Opening up more things underground with a tower key.
That's interesting.
Yeah, don't have to worry about a keyless tower run. You can just go straight in and get 2 bosses and 2 key items. Of course, we'll see 1 boss in advance since we are guaranteed to have the hook be our underground path.
Yeah.
And we'll see if Beernerd's ready to go underground now, or if maybe this is just a shop check and then he comes back out for Twin Harp. He is looting.
Yeah, we haven't seen the shop here yet.
No, that'll be our first look.
Sirens and coffins.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
I think yeah, beernerd picked up what, a 12-pack of sirens, it looked like.
I missed the number, so thank you for spotting. Still a spear. I weep for you, Kane. I do. Still summon? Okay. Sure, we'll take that.
Yeah.
DShmoo about to get his own tower key.
Mm-hmm.
And here in a little bit, we will find out what boss is in the ruby spot. It's some sort of Mylon awkwardly shuffling away back inside the tower.
Not necessarily. It's not a bad fight, either one.
Yeah, whichever one it is, there are much worse options in that location.
You know, like Antlion would be really nasty there.
DShmoo is going to put off that hook route now and is going to give us a look at Eblan Castle. It doesn't hit as hard on Pro as it does on Wildish, but it's still, relative to other areas in this game, very good.
I mean, technically, I saw a Dragon Spear. You could have Kane anchor with a Dragon Spear.
Yeah, if you need to pivot over to slow anchor for the speedy bosses on the hook route, it's certainly an option.
Yeah.
So, Plague in the first spot. Better than Plague in the second spot, I'll say that much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a fast anchor isn't what you want for the Plague spot. It's
Ooh.
like you were talking about with the last time around. A high-speed fight just means that less actions are taken with the ticks.
DShmoo did pick up a defense sword out of Eblan.
There you go.
Nice pickup for. Definitely better than that dancing dagger.
Now the party can hit things, which is what you want, especially if that harp's on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
If Shmoo heads straight down after the beernerd with his hook route, that defense sword is going to help him catch up.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what DShmoo's going to do. I mean, that Twin Harp's still kind of lingering on my mind there, if I was DShmoo.
Yeah, it's a very polarizing check. Chat, of course, and spectators, we love to see it. We want to know what the harp tune is. But it's a very long check with a cutscene on top of it for one boss and one key item. It can be a tough sell. It's definitely a thing though where, depending on if you're feeling ahead or behind, whether you're playing aggressive or defensive, it can definitely be a significant part of your strategy.
There goes DShmoo with the off slot stone.
Hey, stone from the outside. Good times.
Ooh, that is Blarg for you.
So, things that will help um, that will help DShmoo catch up. Defense sword and blah. Except he doesn't have Rhea, so
Yeah.
I have to go back for Rhea if that's gonna be the thing.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Hey, you know what? I think that when DShmoo makes his way to the Evelyn shop, he's going to be able to buy a lot more than 2 sirens and 1 coffin.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah, calling for a substitution on DShmoo sides with the Blarg, and yeah, makes a good point. I guess the big question is whether DShmoo would prefer a hybrid party or is ready to commit to a heavy mage party, similar to what beernerd's running.
Yeah. And just a ribbon from that last chest.
You take a ribbon. Especially with Golbez around, at least that's one person that can't get chomped. Though the
True.
charm rod in the untrapped chest is just as good news.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they also got an hourglass. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, definitely. Hourglass, definitely good news. If you want to go after the Mad Ogres for some more loot and XP, you can make that fight a lot safer.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we skip Oh My Body with one last quake, and since it's a multi-part boss, we skip the crumble. beernerd's gonna be underground in less than 30 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, just leaned on that foo and put his foot on the gas and went for it. And that is an objective up top, a DKC.
Ooh.
Nothing a foo can't handle, though, at that spot. So, especially with tower key in hand, I'm guessing beernerd's going to land and go right back up to the top.
Yeah.
14 sirens there for DShmoo and some coffins to boot.
Yep.
Jay Brunter referencing Falcon Percent, one of the more popular ladder races. It's been around for the past few seasons where you start off and your goal is to get underground. You've got the one objective, launch the Falcon, and you're done. It's a little different from running a hook route in a traditional seed, but it's still good practice. Ladders on hiatus for the moment, but I have no doubt that once we get back around to club season, that the ladder will return. Orb in the super cannon room. Nothing a quake can't handle.
Pretty much.
Quick check to make sure that Foo is not at 10% hit points when he sees that orb. No one in chat, I'm certain, no one in chat has ever wandered into this room and seen a CPU or an Ogopogo and just suddenly realized how long it's been since you saved. And sure enough, DShmoo does want these Mad Ogres, but just gonna... Well, tried to get a quick quake in with Palom and wasn't having it. Again with the off-center stone.
Yep.
Bam!
And rewarded with a ninja sword.
That's more money.
Yeah, I mean, DShmoo's loaded right now.
Yeah, could find some Bacchus on the ground for his Kane and his Yang, and they'd appreciate that. Here's our Dark Knight Cecil. Get through this. That'll be another boss for beernerd. It'll even the score at 2 apiece, since beernerd, in his haste to get underground, has faded full defense.
Yep. I just think beernerd, they're holding off on that until they get the pan.
Yeah,
'Cause I know
we're
a
at
lot of
the
people just love doing that.
yeah, we're at the least set up a Sheila one, but yeah, ideally, beernerd has the potential for the pan here, Dwarf Castle, Feymarch freebie, and you could get the True River McCown special. You could get a single dip of Sylph Cave and a single dip of Full Defense.
Yep.
DShmoo accomplishing with coffins what beernerd accomplished with virus, and we have a pass from top of tower.
It's quick access to Zemus.
Yeah.
You walk it out
Oh, absolutely.
because you still have to walk out whatever you get from Tower Key.
Yeah, and DKC is an objective, and you want to keep that. So, gonna walk on down and see what the tower key hands off, and yeah, I think if this isn't a pan, we're gonna see a trip to Dwarf Castle, 2 bosses there, and a key item.
And DShmoo's now about ready to go underground.
Yeah, just have a quick trip through this Mylon Z. Shouldn't take long for him either.
And now we can see what beernerd gets rewarded with.
You know, it's not a key item, but I can't hate.
Yeah. It's
White
definitely
Spear.
useful.
Not necessarily gains him best weapon, it's got the most attack power of anything you'll see him use outside of a supersmith, but
Yeah.
got a little bit of accuracy issues, but you're not going to complain. It's a perfectly respectable weapon to go all the way to the end game. We are here a little over half an hour into the seed, and as beernerd is about to check Dwarf Castle, I would like to thank our team, Smaped, for handling the restream and keeping it all together, Mechalink for lighting up the bosses, the objectives, the key items, and keeping up with a lot of other useful information for us in chat, and my co-commentator eNinja for joining me here in the booth.
And also my co-commentator, Commander Leonhardt.
Glad to be here. We are gonna get some leg,
Yep.
and then we're gonna get a nice 3.
Yep.
Although, does have time to glare at one smart aleck quack kid before Ice 3 puts an end to the fight.
Yeah. Did beernerd's food just learn nuke?
Might have, I didn't see it, but we had an objective here at FF4FE in the form of a mom bomb. Be a good time to learn nuke, and yes, food did indeed learn nuke.
Oh yeah. Perfect timing.
Beach streaming, food trivializes the early part of the game. Even with the boss challenge of needing to unlock his spells one boss at a time, he still provides answers that usually don't come much later. He's a little bit of a liability, actually, at the end game with his limited MP pool. It's tough to sustain him through a long fight, but is an absolute powerhouse in the beginning and middle game.
Yep.
And even when he's a liability, he's still oftentimes for endgame at least your 5th best character. DShmoo Underground, not too far behind beernerd at the 35-minute mark. He's also chasing that objective. We have a second charm rod from Luca. We don't hate it. We've got enough mages that having more to go around is nice.
So where do you think where beernerd goes next?
Bay March for the freebie, still crossing his fingers for the pan. When you've got the power of the Foo, you're a lot more likely to take those Fey March fights now rather than come back later. So that would be my guess.
Maybe hoping to peak a free boss.
Yeah, free boss for a key item check or an objective that he's just strong enough to deal with now. You could work your way through one of the gauntlets here. You just make sure to float to avoid the arachnids that get summoned and just spam the quakes. You could probably see your way through a gauntlet. Bygone would be super rude though. Golbez and Asura could maybe figure out a way. Well, have an adamant.
There's half a forge.
Yeah. And one more key item closer in his hand. And Bacchus has been found. That'll make DShmoo happier than beernerd.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always a big fan of the Bacchus wines.
Oh. Val is a thing, but that D-Mist is a K-main and K-summon check, but oh my goodness, so many hit points and so punchy in that spot.
Yeah, to me that's a big no for now.
Agreed. But definitely you need to remember you found it there, because that could be our darkness.
That's true. I mean, even that Valvalis set Asura is not fun.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing that I'm thinking, that's gonna be a nope for me. We've got Kane, so we can get her out of tornado form, but still, it's not gonna be pleasant. And as Beowulf is pointing out, you'll get through that D-Mist. You've got enough blink casters that you can get your slows, you can get your blinks on whoever survives the first flurry. and eventually get to something stable and get through. It's going to be a while.
Yeah. So it looks like beernerd set for Sheila 1.
Yeah. He set a save at Luca in case this is nothing, and I like that.
In case this is a song, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, Sheila just, hands over pan.
I do like a vanilla pan. Rybon D-Lunars are at full defense, so beernerd's going to take care of that while he's here.
And he's picking up some ethers. Nice.
Yeah, and as Mechalink's pointing out, beernerd clearly will not reset upon finding the D-Lunars, but the logic is still sound, even if it doesn't work out this time around.
I mean, you do have the white spear, so those D-Lunars won't take very long.
No, they won't. You also have a Quake.
Oh yeah, he's also got Quake, so yeah.
I mean, DShmoo one-shotted this with Virus. Quake will also handle it, but yeah, if it wasn't lean on Fu, as we've done this whole seed, White Spear is a very good choice to bring to battle against D-Lunars. Kinda convenient that in the vanilla game you likely pick up the White Spear just before you fight the D-Lunars.
That is true. Hourglasses at the Tomra shop.
Not bad, not bad.
And it looks like we're going to get our Shield 1 turn in.
Mute Knife. That's a alum stat stick?
Yeah.
You can use it, and against Asura might be better off with a Mute Knife than a White Spear, but yeah. Probably not what beernerd was hoping for.
And here comes the whole.
I mean,
no one checked the harp, right?
Yeah, harp is still an option.
Yeah.
You got harp, you've got this Luca dive, and you've got the Fey March.
Yeah.
And we need, among other things, a Darkness Crystal.
Yeah.
So you face check this, see if you care about the key item and or boss, and you can go from there.
Yeah, I think if this is a bust, if I was running the seed, I would probably go to the Twin Harp first.
Agreed. A K-main check is more likely to hand over a key item than a case summon check, and that boss could be an objective, whereas with Fey March we know it's not an objective.
Yeah.
Granted, D-Mist is K-main plus K-summon, but still.
Yeah.
So much more work, and I would rather chase Twin Harp.
Yeah, Demus is gonna punch like a tank.
Oh, yes. I don't think Leviathan is quite the hardest hitting spot in the game. I believe that's reserved for K value, but it's pretty close. We're about to find out if it is, in fact, that vanilla darkness crystal you alluded to a while back. No, but you know what it is. Unfortunately, I think it's a little late to bring Edward back into the party.
Yeah.
And especially with this not being a required boss, yeah, no one's gonna sit through a non-objective to hang on to a spoon. That's not the save beernerd was expecting.
Nope.
So beernerd might have overwritten his save outside. Nope, there we go. Just had to run it down. I've saved over that outside save at least once.
Yeah, that's why I try to do multiple saves whenever I do races.
Yeah, a lot of runners get in the muscle memory habit of just saving down one every time.
That's what I've been doing.
You can lock yourself in a giant that way. Speaking from experience.
Never had that happen yet. But I'm sure it will eventually.
Let's see, I saved once before D-Money, I saved once after D-Money. I don't remember why I saved the other 2 times. And beernerd's gonna do the sirens now. Maybe this says to me Fey March, not Twin Heart.
Yeah, this is pretty kind of squishy for that Zemus spot.
Yeah. If you want, I don't think you need a power up for Twin Harp. You're already good to go.
Yeah.
So this speaks to me of Fey March.
Oh,
Sure
I
enough. DShmoo not getting through without a explode, but should still be fine nonetheless.
Yeah. I'm not sure how you do this demist, because I'm assuming that's the one he's gonna do.
Yeah, I assume the same. You get 2 slows on Demist so that you've got plenty of downtime when Demist is in mist form and plenty of time to attack otherwise. And early on you accept that Demist is going to run over a part of your party.
Yeah.
You blink up the survivors, and you generally just hit it when it's out, and when it's misted, you focus on recovery and reviving and reapplying blinks.
Apparently, no. It looks like beernerd's actually going to go for Valvalis.
Okay then. So, instead, we will have this.
And this spot still punches hard.
Yes, it doesn't have the massive power of the Leviathan spot, but it's still nothing to sneeze at. Gonna take a little bit and set up some blinks here.
Yeah, it looks like Kane's taking a nap.
Yeah, if you don't take Val out of her spin, you take less punches. Every time you knock her out, she gets a free hit in response. So if you're not ready to get started, it's good tactics to set up your defenses first.
Yeah.
And if you can just maintain the blinks, all you have to worry about then is making sure that nobody gets gradually petrified. Queuing up a quake. Looking to have it come out right after the landing. Nicely done. Well, that's 2,000 down. But the nuke's good.
Yeah, it's still a lot to chew through.
Yeah. If we're gonna get a quake and if beernerd is gonna get a quake and a nuke in each time. Oh, and a leviathan. We're good. Yeah, what are we at now? About 10, 11,000 now?
Yeah, about 11.
Okay, I think if we get that full barrage... Oh, another nuke. Okay. Yeah, so we'll definitely only need to land one more time.
Yeah.
Maybe not even that.
That was a really high roll. Nuke roll.
Yep. DShmoo getting a look at this Fey March for the first time, and looks like he's thinking about handling one of these right here and now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna go straight for that demist, chasing that double.
I mean, it is bold. And it looks like beernerd got through.
And nicely done on beernerd's side. Let's see if there's value. Hey, you know.
I mean, it's an item.
And yes, Fluffy Mittens, Val did just dodge Leviathan. There are a lot of spots in the game where if Val's in a tornado, she's completely immune to all magic, and that's one of them.
It looks like beernerd's just resting up for round 2.
Yeah, going for that Demus now, which is what DShmoo is dealing with now.
I mean, it's got to gate something.
Unless it's all behind that twin harp.
We can only hope. Like I said, we can only hope it's behind the music. Unfortunately, I think DShmoo still has that white spear on Kane, which unfortunately Demus is resistant to holy damage.
Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. Not gonna be doing as much work with that.
Yeah, I noticed that jump one did like what, 1,200 damage.
Yeah, not what you were used to seeing Kane do in some of these other fights. It's not dueling D machines, it's dueling D mist. It's taking about as long too.
A silk web on it, huh?
Yeah, better than a double slow. Quicker anyway.
Yeah.
Some nice rapid menuing there on DShmoo's part, switching up to the change rod real fast and landing the nuke. Leviathan summon used at the Leviathan spot.
this is definitely this is definitely an interesting boss spot.
When a boss comes along, silk web it.
Okay, yeah, I see DShmoo619's bluffing his quack kid.
If this gives value that prompts DShmoo to fade the rest of the earth, then we're right back neck and neck. As we've seen beernerd do everything available but Twin Harp and come up empty.
And if this comes up empty, I think DShmoo619 means they're already down here. They'll probably do the vow.
Could be. And then go on and run the Sheila checks before making his way to Twin Harp. He might, though. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if he sets a save here and then immediately runs to check the free item rather than slog through that Val.
That's true.
Could go either way, honestly. Raging Levine. What's this behind the music here that they're saying you've talked about? Oh jeez, Haribo.
Wow.
It's a tale of two white mages here in the Feymarch. One boss gets you a white shirt, and the other gets you an Artemis bow.
Well, beernerd's probably going to do the D-miss check and then harp. If D-miss does nothing.
Question is DShmoo hot on his heels, or is DShmoo gonna... Yep, he's out. He's going straight to that check as well. Beautiful. Snape D, well done. What's the darkness behind the D-miss check at Leviathan? Good times.
Yeah.
Sadly, though, no music. Maybe later.
There might still be a boss behind it.
Could be. Could be required boss there and some other gating key item. Vanilla Earth Crystal, Baron Key.
Yep.
Package.
Mm-hmm.
DShmoo is going to check on some things underworld before chasing that D-miss check. Which, makes sense. You're here. Might as well at least take the quick walk down Luca.
Apparently, it seems like he's going to let Rosa shoot stuff with that Artemis bow.
Yeah, that's fair. Pew, pew, pew. And yeah, as Mechalink in chat is pointing out, it's possible we have a haunted moon. We have enough on Earth that could give us our remaining 3 bosses.
That is true.
But it's also absolutely the smart money check right now to head up there.
Oh, yeah.
6 bosses on the moon, 1 boss at Harp.
Well, yeah, 6 on the moon, and you hit the giant.
Yeah, plus the 2 on the giant.
So, I mean, darkness is 8 checks as opposed to 1 with the twin harp.
On this boss hunt flag set, you see a lot of runners when they first get to the moon going straight to cave value, peeking the sprite from across like so, and
That's Dr. Luye.
grrr,
Dr.
yeah.
Dialogue, nope.
Not a thing we need to deal with.
I mean, it's free, but
It's free, but also very time consuming.
true.
We've already sat through 1, or in beernerd's case, 2 long fights for no value. You've got a little bit of... I'd be a bit worn out on them myself. I'd be like, you know what? I've sat through enough things. That Val. Ugh.
Not Val and Demus. Ugh.
Yeah. Long fight. The Demist at least had value, but that's still 2 long fights. DShmoo getting the news from Sealed Cave. Headed on out. Meanwhile, beernerd about to show up at the Murasame altar. Going for either a top-down or an outside-in approach.
I'd say probably top down.
Oh, this is quick. With a coffin, and there are enough outstanding key items that you take this and just get it done. Instead of a coffin, you could just quake and let the officer run away.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he had coffins.
And we're done here. Once again, landing the stone from the outside. Somebody send this VOD to Possum. Hey, we can forge!
Yeah.
Loki loot, Loki loot, Loki loot.
Well, you know, means there's no edge in the sea. It's going to be a,
A Sasuke, a sunrise.
a sunrise.
Yeah, probably.
We couldn't be nice and give him, like, say, the big axe or, Abel's axe.
Yeah, gigantic axe would be... Kane would love to see it. Abel Lance, of course, is what Kane really dreams of. That's his crystal sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you certainly wouldn't mind a big stat stick either.
I mean, it could be the Flandango. Well, I was thinking the flame sword, because pink puffs.
Sure, pink puffs. Yeah, anytime anyone says Flandango, my mind goes off into Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay. I figured this is what your nerd would do.
Yep, head down to the bottom after taking care of Murasame.
Yeah, and then go back up to the crystal sword after he checks these 3. Unless they are free, then probably takes them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's free. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, because Beer Nerd has the white spear, right?
Yes. And can cast
Yeah.
weak once the dragon transforms.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess we can deal with this. We're at 9 key items. Maybe this gets us to 10.
Yeah.
And similar to the theory with the officers, there are enough important key items outstanding.
Exactly.
DShmoo, however, is going to give us music. We have our divergence. So it's an hour 5 in. As a runner, you're not. I don't think you're looking for the done. This has not been jetty enough for that, but you are starting to wonder how much longer it's going to take.
Did DShmoo do Sheila 1 into this?
DShmoo reset out of Sheila 1, saw the mute knife, and said it was not worth the walkout. Beernerd getting rewarded with a Baron key from that Dark Elf, so good call to take that fight.
I was just wondering because if he had, he would have already been weakened enough where more than likely the script for Dark Elf would have went off.
And Beernerd finding another fight you'd like to see on the moon in the form of this Mylonzi. More chances for that white spear to do work.
You know, that off-slot stone worked, except it didn't hit Foo.
Foo might have a ribbon on.
Resisted. Yep.
Oops.
Yeah, oops.
So as Beernerd works his way through 40,000 hit points of giant zombie, DJ Spoony Bard is going to play us a song and lift our spirits. Some lovely SMT4 music brought to you by Edward and DShmoo. Beernerd finding a package behind that Mylon and continuing to work through the moon. And it's a vanilla earth crystal, so the harp check could still pay out.
Ooh. Interesting.
So, yeah. Oh, and we find Asura on the moon, so not completely haunted. Beernerd only has Crystal Sword Altar left to check on the moon, and so far only has one objective for his trouble.
Yeah. If I was DShmoo, I would probably, yeah, I'd be chasing that Earth Crystal. Means you're already here.
Oh, definitely. You're chasing this Earth Crystal and whatever it brings
Treasury?
to the bitter end.
We are getting treasury.
Okay, so let's see.
The man of the people.
It is time for everyone's favorite game. Rate that treasury. Spare silk web, some decent arrows, thunderclaw, Age of Shield, nice. Dragoon Lance, it's T Pro. You can't get too crazy. It's T Pro, but a few nice things. You can give it a 4.
3.
And it's also fair.
Or someone said in chat, silk web out of 10.
That's the silk web might be the biggest value in the long run.
Hate to say it, probably true.
Like most of the dragon bosses are gone as far as that dragoon spear goes. Like if you're thinking gold dragons for your final grind, you're going to get some value there. What would have made it a great armory check? Avenger.
Yes.
Avenger would have been amazing. And yeah, as Mechaling's pointing out, the good mage gear.
or even a Zeus gauntlet.
Sure, Zeus gauntlet, power shirt.
Power shirt, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it wasn't another white shirt. We don't need any more of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, King Queen Evelyn. Not what you want to see here. Though at least you know your opponent up on the moon didn't find King Queen Evelyn there. If you're thinking about it that way. Beernerd still working through this Asura though. Still hoping for some value. We know Package and Baron Key won't be here because they're up on the moon. Oh.
Yeah.
That doesn't leave anything gating for DShmoo. The only possible value is this boss here. Drum roll as the Zot 2 boss comes in. Well, that is unfortunate for DShmoo.
Yeah.
The Hama is not the answer he was hoping for. You understand the play, especially if you're feeling behind. Just didn't roll that way this time.
Well, Beernerd, he's only got one check left on the moon, right?
Yeah, Crystal Sword Altar.
Yeah, it's no good. Do you do Baron or do you do Giant? I mean, well, we already know the check at the beginning of the seed was a bust.
I'd do Baron. Still haven't found an Earth Crystal. We know it's at Twin Heart, Beernerd doesn't. So I think you do Baron for 2 bosses and also 2 shots at that Earth Crystal.
Yeah. Yeah, I do really agree with you on that.
You come up to the moon, you spend all the time you have clearing it out. You gotta chase what you find there.
Ooh, yeah, and apparently that was the pan, which... Okay, DShmoo is going up, I think.
I'm gonna launch the whale at least. Might leave there's been a lot of people leaving saves behind strategically. Wouldn't be surprised to see a save into the pan checks here.
Yeah. Which we know the pan is basically going to lead to nothing.
Yeah. It could give a pink tail is literally the only key item we haven't seen here in the booth.
Yep, pretty much.
Beernerd is going to clear Asura. Get objective number 5. Oh yeah, good point, Mecha Link. We cannot get underground yet. We haven't seen the magma key either.
And defense sword for the Asura fight.
Well, Beach Dreaming, the other bosses are either at the Crystal Sword altar, on the Giant, behind the Baron Key, or behind the package.
Yep.
That's all we haven't seen.
This has been a bit of a rabbit hole type hunt.
It's been a ride. It was a pretty quick trip underground, and it's not unusual for that to turn into a slog at the end, just because you haven't faced any of the really challenging bosses to get this far. And a late darkness combined with needing to go back to Earth to finish the job. Yeah. Rough.
It does look like DShmoo is going to take some dragons on.
Yeah. Hourglass it up. Go ahead and get your levels done.
He's got that dragoon spear.
Yeah.
So, from the armory.
Yeah.
That'll make real quick work of these gold dragons. As you can tell with the hits from the in the back row.
Yeah, even stretching into the back row, we're still good for 2,700. So there we go. Get that life glitch in, and with the extra work that DShmoo has done, this will be 180 grand.
Yeah, very nice.
Meanwhile, Bygone's been located over at the Crystal Sword altar. So now we're at 6. One more boss needed.
But the whole moon has been checked.
Yes. It's possible now that Baron Key and package have absolutely no value, and that it's Golbez into Gauntlet on the Giant, or vice versa. It's not super likely. But we have 5 slots left, so you'd be asking for a 2 out of 5 followed by a 1 out of 4. I want to call it a 10% chance. Basically, about the same chance as a Foo start, which never happens.
Yeah, that bike hits hard at Crystal Sword.
Yeah, it's one of those spots, kind of like Leviathan, that never punches in the vanilla, and so it punches hard. If you can get things stable, it'll work. You just use your AoE spells like that Quake there, and get the arms down, and then hopefully keep them down. Yeah. And get hit a lot less that way.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're throwing those lives out a little fast there, DShmoo.
Yeah. Trying to get a double in. Trying really hard to get a double in off the jump. Just
I know
not
that.
quite making it happen.
Yeah, DShmoo's looking pretty good for levels. Personally, at this level, I'd probably just go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, time to go and blow up
The rest
that
of the
moon. Yeah. Like, oh, but he's gonna take one more.
Probably gonna use the hourglasses. Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't use all three of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. This should be enough.
I mean,
I wonder if DShmoo's contemplating the giant.
maybe.
This kind of a power up.
I could see it being a thing.
Beernerd's still going to work on that Leviathan though, or on that Baigun rather, using Leviathan.
Get an arm grind on.
And DShmoo says now enough's enough. So where to?
DShmoo's gonna go over.
Gonna head over to the LST. Bottom up is the better play, we know that, but we'll see what DShmoo goes with here. And we got a French vanilla white spear moving a couple floors up from its normal location.
Yep.
Is beernerd having to warp out? Oh, yeah, no camping gear. No ability to give Foo MP.
Yeah, where DShmoo, on the other hand, did find cabins for sale.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a time sink.
Yeah.
Left everything on the
And-
floor here at the LSD.
And it does look like DShmoo is going to go bottom up. Which is actually kind of the smart play, means they both have the pass. You're better off checking those off.
Yeah, and you hope for DShmoo's sake that the Baron Key and package aren't enough after Asura to make him run. Because then he's leaving behind the Baigun. So depending on where the Gauntlet and Golbez are, that might not be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
If they're both at Baron, then, or if one's at Baron and one's at Package, you are better off fading that Baigun. Beernerd makes it out of the LST and can give us our first look at a return trip to Earth, unless he thinks Giant is a worthy play. It's not what I would do, but we'll see.
I mean, you got 3 checks with Baron and package.
Yeah.
You got 2 with Giant.
And sure enough, back to Earth.
Because we know the starting character, the starting boss that gave you the item, is not required.
Yeah, it's a sparkle, and we've already seen D Lunar. So which sparkles have we seen? We've seen...
Have we seen?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's paled him. Wyvern was at Hobbs, and Ogo in the waterfall, and...
We saw Plague, didn't we?
I think so?
I thought, wasn't Plague at... Was play a hook? Hook 1, right? Or am I thinking the last seed?
Yeah, that's what I'm not sure about either.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think it is Pale Dim.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Plague pre-Mylon. So that's what it was. Yeah.
Right. It was Hook 1. You are remembering correctly.
Okay.
Right, it was Waterfall in the first go around. That's
Yeah.
right. Both fast.
I had to do it.
It's great.
When
here
Sarah's
for
like, top tier.
Yep. I completely agree.
It's been an interesting night.
Yeah. Beernerd closing in. DShmoo not too far behind, especially if he gambles and does exactly what he needs to do, no more, no less. Like, you could face check through the lower spots, realize you haven't found a key item, loop back around, and get the bearing key. I mean, theoretically.
Yeah. And I was right.
There it is. Do himself.
Yep. And I figured Beernerd would probably do Odin's spot first.
Yeah, and the good news for DShmoo, especially if a trip to the Giant ends up being necessary, is that he's going to be able to work through these fights a lot faster, having taken the time to get the high-level spells. Beernerd's still waiting on Nuke for Palom, 4 levels to go.
That's not required.
That is a French vanilla turtle.
Yep. He got demoted down to the basement.
In one sense, it's a demotion, but in another sense, it's very much a promotion.
Yeah, like, a little bit column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah, about right. Objective 5 for DShmoo. So much faster with the big spells on more than just Foo.
Yeah, and looks like Beernerd's just gonna take the Kanazo. Not sure why.
Well, because he didn't save after dealing with the boss and paled him.
He still doesn't have Earth Crystal either, right?
No. He also doesn't know where Earth Crystal is. When you walk across to Odin like this, I feel like you're really committing to the fight.
Yeah.
It's faster if you get done here, and with 6 out of 7, you understand the play. But if it's not what you need, you don't have you really don't have the option of resetting out the way you do if you just take the Baron Throne first and save outside.
That's true.
It's an aggressive move, and in this case, it's just a Stardust Rod. But but if it hits, then you can just walk right out and be on your way.
Yeah, DShmoo's just blowing through stuff at the in the LST a lot faster than Beernerd.
Yeah, ain't nothing gonna stop him. Beernerd looking for the go mode at the Baron Throne. But no, it is just the Magus Sisters. Oh my goodness.
So, Giant?
Or package.
Or package.
And this also means that Giant has to have some value.
Mm-hmm.
There's at least one boss up there that's an objective, and it's a question of whether package has the other.
Yeah, I like McLink's thinking. Giant could have both.
Yeah,
Gauntlet into Gomez.
sure.
There you go.
We've now gone from a 10% required giant to a 2 out of 3. Or, well, a 1 out of 3.
But I think that would be the better gauntlets, or the better order.
Oh, and beernerd's just resetting now? That's... Oh. Because beernerd doesn't know that Earth Crystal isn't there. Wow. Now, speaking of Earth Crystal, we're going to have a tied up Rosa burning down the package.
Mm-hmm.
It's entirely possible from beernerd's perspective that he's just reset out of an Earth Crystal that has both of the bosses he needs. Unless things just went a little further on his screen than we could see, and he spied the check. Oh, Elven Sorrow making a good point. Yeah, you don't need the Earth Crystal for Zatu, so yeah, that can be your one hill to die on. You don't need to sit through for the Earth Crystal check. I hadn't considered that, and thank you.
Pulling a Rex banner?
Yeah. You can Rex Banner Giant is guaranteed to get you what you need out of this. Which means that beernerd might run the Rex Banner before that Giant. I certainly would at 6 out of 7.
It depends on what this is.
Yeah, if package doesn't have the value.
Yeah, I would too, because I'm already here on the surface.
Mm-hmm. And I've got that pass. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm hoping it's there, and I can just warp out and walk right in with the pass.
Yep.
But if it's here at package, all of this speculation doesn't matter.
Oh.
Ha 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 ha.
Troya.
Wait till you see the real terror. This will be go mode for beernerd.
Yeah.
And over an hour 30, you've got to be saying it's about time.
I was hoping for double required giant.
I would have appreciated it. So DShmoo needs to galaxy brain a package at this point.
Yeah.
Actually, Shmoo doesn't have a package yet?
Package I think was Mirasani Altar, right? He went bottom up. If I remember right. Oh, they got their package, okay.
Okay. Does have the package, but not the Baron Key?
No, he's got the Baron Key.
Okay, cool. He's got all the options. Yeah, package was Ribbon and Baron Key was White Spear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Went through it so fast that didn't even have time to see it happen. Now gonna finish things off at Murasame as one does. But has all of the items, so knows he's in face check mode, so he can just take a quick look at these officers, and even though it's not terribly time consuming, he doesn't have to spend any time on it.
Yeah, I would just reset right away. Like, nope. You're not the boss I'm looking for.
And all that speculation gave us enough time for Golbez's speech. Beer Nerd has the crystal. An hour 34. Gonna head straight on. Maybe? I don't think Palom's at Nuke yet. I think you stopped to make that happen with as much as Beer Nerd's leaning on a mage heavy party before you go in. We'll see. Papo lady, ha, I have exit. You have no power over me.
See, I always have a problem with the Troya lady.
Yeah, Troya lady is also a problem. The Agart trio, if you're brave enough to check the weapons and armor shop there, they'll get you.
And then you also have Luca.
Yeah, Luca, when you want to go to the throne. Also, the dwarves blocking the
Item
shops on the side are also, like,
Annoying
there
as hell.
definitely some issues there. Oh, look, Beer Nerd's back, and sure enough, heading underground to get the mages to the spells that we need for reflect strats. I expect we'll be seeing DShmoo return shortly.
Yeah.
We'll either see DShmoo probably wandering through Baron Castle, will be my guess.
I would think so as well.
Oh, wait. And we are back, and no, we're on the giant.
Oh.
Bringing this back, Snape D. Thank you. Thank you for all the hard work.
65k of Karate Man.
Yeah, and no out shortcut either. So,
No guy with the sword.
as Mecha, as Mecha Link is pointing out, it'll be a CPU gauntlet, and then DShmoo can swag whale right on over. No need to grind.
He's just gotta bite through 65k of this guy.
Yeah. And see where that puts Palom. Oh, it skipped right through, but Rosa learned white. Didn't see if that was nuke. Still needs one more egg.
Yeah.
But yeah, should be there any minute now. And DShmoo's still got 5 giant fights to go through, which even at this power's gonna take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Level 52, that's the target. Beer Nerd is set for reflect strats.
Not sure how the anchoring is going to be for this.
In a word, less than ideal. I think Kane is still, and I cheated, and that was 3 words. So, not a gimme. Not a gimme. In fact, Beer Nerd might be shopping for a curse ring before. Yeah, looking for a curse ring bailout, maybe.
Or maybe silk webs.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Starvales.
yeah, she's Starvale.
There's your Silk Web.
Hey, there's Soapweb.
But yeah, this is still,
I run this super slow.
yeah, drop the battle speed. This is still a little iffy
Oh,
for the
yeah.
fight. But we are seeing the Z flags in chat, and we don't have the long walk to discuss that. But nevertheless, what's going on with that, Ninja?
Well, I mean, we can randomize most bosses in the game, but unfortunately, Zeromus is just a little too big to randomize anywhere in the game. Like, you probably crush Fable or something like that. So what we do is we just randomize the sprite that he becomes. And more importantly, whose butt are we going to kick tonight?
Yes. In the name of the moon, who will we punish?
And also, does said sprite have a hat?
And is it cute? I think if beernerd were to wipe on this Z fight, we'd suddenly be neck and neck.
Yeah.
So for all that DShmoo struggled to get through early on and was trying to catch up, he brought it pretty close and still could win this. This is not over. No one big bangs like Gaston. And I'll stop before I get us muted.
Yes. Yeah, that sprite doesn't have a hat.
No, it does not. But chat, please carry on in ways that I'm not allowed to on the air. You're not wrong, Fluffy Mittens.
No, Fluffy's not wrong.
Oh, and okay, a quick reset does not make us tied. Just didn't get that. Don't know if just the initial nerf was missed or the counter nuke. Oh, and also Rydia's not at nuke yet, so we're just going with 2 nukes and a white. We don't have the 3rd nuke from Rydia.
No.
I missed that on the first pass.
Yeah, I think it's like the level or 2 shy.
Yeah, 1 level. Well,
One
50.
level.
Yeah, 50 is a nuke for Rydia.
Ugh.
I don't know if beernerd was just out of sirens or said it's time to go. And yeah, with only 1 silk web, if that missed, then yeah, then you're just out of luck. But regardless, made the decision to reset and gonna go back in right as DShmoo is finishing up in the giant. My bad. One more fight. Hang in there, Shmoo.
Can't these people be hourglassed?
Yes. And
I'm
chat's
surprised.
pointing that out. But
Yeah, it's like, why not throw it out? Well, I mean,
yeah, over 100 minutes into a seed, I can say I've overlooked more obvious, more useful things than that.
yeah. I just noticed. I was like,
Mm-hmm. And this whole time, like, if you've got the race room open, at least a part of your eye is on that race room. Like, We're 100 minutes in. Where's the done? Where's the done? Where's the done?
Yeah,
It's all a thing. It
I know
happens.
I know how it is.
But yep, picking it back up. I'm gonna get through this.
Yep.
And you know, as we noted earlier, this is not a free fight. I mean, Zeromus is never free, but
No.
in particular, this is a party comp in an anchoring situation where some things could definitely go sideways.
So, what's that food add agility wise? Like 20?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fu is 20 agility, and that's why, you know, not an ideal anchor. You're keeping Zeromus at RA1, but you're slowing down a lot of your other party
Factors,
members. Here's the initial Silk Web. It hits. Counter nuke to Kane.
That should be fine.
Yeah. A high roll, like if he gets no dodges, which he's Kane, it's conceivable this Nerf Big Bang puts him on the ground.
That's
And
true.
that would slow things up. But we're going to start off with quad 9s from the Quack Kid on that nuke. That's who's going to be carrying this fight. Follow up with a moderate, call it 5700 there.
Yeah, here comes the bang.
Mm-hmm. And Kane hangs on. DShmoo getting his crystal as beernerd sets up the next spell barrage. Iridium might not have nuke, but is still going to help out with a lit 3. Put us,
4.
yeah, put us at 19-1 now.
Yep.
Is this going to be another quad? Nope, not this time. So 27-2, call it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I saw Jeroma shake.
Yeah.
We're up to about 32-9 now. We got a white coming in. As DShmoo comes in to make the landing, almost quads on that one, so call it 42,800. Coming in with a crystal for a nerf. And that's going to take the primary damage dealer down before he can land that next nuke.
Ouch.
Here comes the big bang. We're looking for about another 20,000 or so damage for beernerd to finish this off, but the nerf keeps everyone else standing. But there's a black hole coming up in the script. There it is.
Yep.
So need a moment to reveal and get the spells flying.
I get the cure 4.
Sure, we'll take it.
Then veil.
Mm-hmm. And
Throw more nukes at it.
Radia getting the heal in just in time at 1 hit point. And gives her a chance to get another life 2 in. Bounce the nuke as Shmoo is warping in. 8,500. Shaking it up again. I don't think this nuke's going to be enough. Not if I've been counting right.
No, you.
Although that is a nice high roll at 7k. There's the counter nerd. There's the... Oh, counter nuke goes straight to Iridia, but Iridia dodging like a champ.
Yeah, that was.
Here comes the big bang, and we'll have a virus right behind it before we get to the black hole. but not nerfed. Oof.
Ooh.
And that just leaves Kane standing. There's the virus reflect. For another 1500, is it enough? It would have been epic, but no, the virus reflect does not get it done. That would have been the most epic of fights. Kane's gonna jump. We're gonna make one last stab at it. And it's in! Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Kane pulling it out from the back row!
What the?
You do not trigger the refill script if you take him down to 0 HP by the skin of his teeth. beernerd is through at 149.23. Epic!
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Not to take anything away from DShmoo, like, that close. If that jump doesn't get it done, then DShmoo gets through. This was a heck of a finish. Oh my goodness. Like, beernerd has had 10 minutes to get over this and probably still has not calmed down.
No.
Oh wow. Oh my goodness.
That was really good.
Wow. So close, so very, but the only thing you could do in that situation, you know, you do not have time to get everybody up and try a nuke or anything. That other shake is on the way. You just gotta jump and, you know, 300 hit points in a dream. And we are now joined by beernerd. GG!
GG, beernerd.
Thank you.
That finish.
Yeah, that was wild.
I don't know if you were counting, but I was counting up here in the booth, and I was wondering if maybe that reflected virus would get the job done. And when it didn't, and we saw Kane go up, we knew, maybe.
Yeah. I had my fingers on the reset button until that virus reflected. I was like, oh, okay, now there's a shot. Oh man, that was wild.
That was.
Oh
that
man,
was amazing.
Ooh, that's an epic finish to a rough seed.
Yeah, that was a wild one. That was a lot of fun up until the end, all the way to the end.
Oh. So, let's walk it back a bit. It was a pretty quick trip underground. Yeah. Nothing really to speak of in the overworld getting in your way, and then you just start going through the underground and just coming up largely empty.
Yeah, we really had to do everything. I only skipped, I guess, Twin Harp and went right to Demist, I guess. Where the luckily that was progression, because otherwise I was feeling pretty behind.
I don't think anyone can play the seed and feel ahead.
Yeah, that's fair.
You finally make your way back to the Demist, and you get your darkness, and yeah, you get to the moon, and you go to cave value as one does and start working your way down, and you're looking for key items along the way because there's so much you're still missing, and
yeah,
it's a bit of a slog too because you never really stopped and took the time out for a grind, so you're trying to have to work through it as you went.
Yeah, I probably should have done some more grinding. I haven't been racing much lately, so I know I'm like doing some weird stuff, and it definitely puts me in some weird situations. And then I haven't played a mage party in a long time. I didn't realize how resource hungry they're going to be without cabins. So 10 ether ones didn't quite carry the team. I ended up even warping out.
Yeah, I mean, good job working your way through that moon on the limited resources. But yeah, even just a couple of tents,
Oh,
get that 100.
So nice.
You just get that 100 MP all around, and one of your white mages can splash a heal, and even a couple of tents will carry you through a moon dive. But without that,
yeah,
it can be rough.
Definitely can be rough.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was fun kind of figuring out the puzzle at Baigan. And that one by the skin of my teeth too. All right, so I should have to reset that one.
Yeah, it was a seed and a situation that put you to your limits and let you show off what life is like for you when your back's against the wall more than once.
Well, I know I have a lot of practice to do before the next round. This is definitely a very fun flag set. I really enjoy doing this one.
Yeah, you'll be right back at it next week though.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll get peasants OMFG.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome! I've never had a race against them before. That'll be fun.
It'll be worth it, no doubt.
Yeah, fun
Sure.
to watch.
I'm sure I'll have a heck of a race to keep up.
Well, you showed you can hang tonight. That's for sure. You have any last questions, Ninja, or you have any last thoughts, Beer Nerd?
That was really good race. I mean, that was Roma's fight. Wow.
Well, I guess as always, I just want to make sure I let everybody know how much I appreciate all the work that goes into this and all the streams and everything. They're so fun to watch and it's so fun to do. I just want to thank everybody who works on these and who races them.
Oh, and hey, I just noticed that Helmless Kane is your chat sprite. So appropriate that Kane would save you.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
It was meant to be.
Indeed. Well, congratulations and good luck to you next week.
Thank you very much. Have a good night, everybody.
And that was our winner, Beer Nerd, and we'll see if DShmoo is going to come join us now. Heck of a race, though. I mean, dang. And sure enough, here is DShmoo. GG's to you. Close.
GG's move.
So close.
Thank you so much. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Hear
we
you
can
just fine. Rude seed, man.
Yeah. Well, as rude as a Fusoya Stark can be, I guess.
Well, true.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, my strategy from the beginning was get nuke everything, and sort of stop myself from completely overlooting. I think I was much more disciplined than I usually am, but that's not saying much.
Yeah, I completely understand that because that's in this tournament. That's what I've been doing. I've been controlling my looting.
And it's even harder on T Pro when
When it's limited.
you can't just walk through Eblin Castle and go, oh hey, it's just raining all of the good loot, even in the untrapped chests. I guess I don't need to do anything else. So definitely takes a bit more work to get what you need.
Yeah, a little bit more discipline for that.
I should have ducked out before the trap chests. After I realized they were all in the right-hand tower, and I was like, oh, I got a defense sword, right? I got a charm rod. What more am I really looking for? But then I couldn't resist.
Yeah, plus, even with Fu, some levels are still helpful for dealing with things and getting through that hook route, and
Yeah.
you kind of want to power everyone else up. Unless your plan is Fu and friends to end the siege, you're going to need to level them at some point.
Right. Well, I mean, it's sort of Falcon percent thing of how little do I need to get through that hook route, and I'm not good at that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you go back and watch, you'll see that, getting underground, you're still a little behind Beer Nerd and kind of just chasing in his footsteps the whole time until you made that play for Twin Harp. Like that Twin Harp coming up so empty was definitely a bit of a sting, but definitely a play that made sense too.
Yeah, I think chasing the Earth Crystal made sense. You even without the characters there, two boss
Yeah.
spots in this flag set is something you can't pass up.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
completely understandable.
Plus,
Definitely made sense.
it probably made chat happy too.
Yeah, chat does love to hear the music. But yeah, even with that trip there, and even working our way through that gauntlet, still like so close at the end. It was very exciting for us. I mean,
Yeah.
it is waning, and it does mean that unfortunately your time in the tournament is over. But you put on a heck of a show for us. Like, you got no
Yes.
reason to hang your head.
Oh, thank you. I always get the jitters when I'm being restreamed. So
Fair.
that sort of thing where the first time you're holding the wrong direction when you come out of a door, and your character goes the wrong way, and you're like, oh my god, everyone saw me do that, and then you do it 15 more times because you're just.
I've been that
Yeah.
way myself.
So yeah, I entered Red Moon not because I thought I stood a chance of winning, but because looking at the flag sets, it felt more challenging, it felt more fulfilling, it felt more different from stuff I've been playing lately, and I knew the chances of my progressing were very slim, but I wanted that challenge and I got it. So I have no regrets. I think Asuka actually egged me on to the Bad Ideas Club, and I do want to thank her because my wife is very happy now that I'm done.
Well, look, you
Oscar,
got what you
someone on? No.
never, no. But you got what you wanted out of it, and you had a good time, and we had a good time watching you, and that is what really matters.
Yep.
Well, thank you all for restreaming, commentators, restreamer tracker, and to my opponent beernerd, and to all the admins who always make these tournaments so much fun.
And thank you for putting on a show for us and
Yeah, it was
being out here being restreamed.
one good show, man.
Yeah.
Well, good night, everyone.
Good night to you as well, DShmoo.
Right.
And that was our runner-up in this race, DShmoo. Close race. My goodness. Don't spoil this for anyone. Just tell them that yet again, you're not going to want to miss it. It was amazing.
Yep.
That is going to wrap it up for us here tonight, but it is not the end of tonight's free enterprise. We're headed off to more, right, Ninja?
Yes, we are.
Where are we going?
We're going over to Free Enterprise 3.
Yeah, there is a match already in progress there. Woo Bear versus Judge Joe.
That's one I really want to see.
Yeah, so come along. We'll see how it's going. Don't spoil this for anyone. The newspapers will come for you, and
Yes,
it
they
will
will.
not be pleasant.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit with newspapers.
Yeah, let's head on over there and cheer on what I'm sure is going to be another terrific race.